Process to add any Crorzar smart device onto your account is pretty straightforward. All of them are relatively similar as well. So this one, we're going to be doing the Crorzar Hub. What you'll do is you'll come down to the bottom and hit Device to bring up the device menu. And then in the upper right-hand corner, there's an orange circle with a plus sign in the middle. You're going to hit that to add a device. And now what you'll find is sometimes these devices will automatically be discoverable, and you can add them just like this one has popped up here. For this case, the Crorzar Hub, we're going to go ahead and go through it manually. You'll select the alarm Wi-Fi option. What it's going to do is it's going to pull up the username and password for the network that you're currently connected to. If it doesn't do that, manually fill it in. Just make sure that you are connecting to a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi network. If you're connecting to a different one, you're going to have problems and it won't connect. Now at this point, you're also going to want to go to the back of the router, or rather the back of the hub, not the router, and you're going to hold down the reset button for about 5 seconds. That'll get the process on the hardware end started. Once you've done that, you'll come back here, you'll hit next. You'll hit next again to confirm that you actually see a white blinking light on the front of the Crorzar Hub. It's going to be right above the Wi-Fi icon. You'll hit blink slowly, and what that does is it tells the hub to create a local Wi-Fi network to connect to. You'll come over to your internet settings, you'll select that network. It's going to be something like Smart Life. You'll connect to it and give it a few seconds to get itself set up. And then you're going to come back over into the app, and it's going to take about 30 seconds to go through this process of getting itself all set up and registered. If it takes more than about 30 seconds, you've done something wrong and you want to start over. But pretty close to that 30-second mark is when all this is going to kick in and it's going to get itself completed. And there we go. Now this particular device I've had set up before, and so it remembers and it brings the devices, the doors, the motions, etc., brings those into the hub automatically. This is where you can come to give it a name if you choose to. It'll also give you the option to set up the passcode. This is going to be for arming and disarming. So you'll come in here, set up some kind of a default passcode, whatever you choose to use there. Now to access this particular menu, what you're going to do, this is going to be the main menu where you'll arm and disarm your alarm system. But to access the menu, to add sensors to it, you'll come over here to Device. You'll select the hub that you just learned in, and then right here with Devices. What you'll do is you'll go through with Quick Add is going to be the easiest option. You'll trigger the device that you want to set off, whether it's a motion detector, key fob, something else. You'll just go to Quick Add, and those will automatically bring those devices in. You can experiment with some of the settings that are in there as well. So that's how you'll go and you'll add the different devices in there. Now to set up the actual monitoring account, what you're going to do is you're going to come down to the bottom right. You're going to make sure that the customer is actually set up for a service plan. Now as a dealer, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure that you scroll over to the dealer options. So this is Crorzar Home, video monitoring, and then video monitoring, interactive, and video services is this one right here. So this one includes the video monitoring at $16.99 a month. This is just the regular monitoring at $4.99 a month, $5 a month. So you'll select those, make sure you're subscribed to it, enter your information to go through that setup process. And then what you'll do is you'll come in here to security settings, and this is where you're going to set up the actual alarm information. So you'll come into emergency contacts, you'll set up that information. The bind events, don't worry about that. Alarm rules, you're going to come in here, and this is where you can actually tell the sensors what you want them to do, how you want them to function. So for instance, on the back door, whenever it's opened, you want it to trigger. If you want to change that for some reason, you can do that to closing as well. So that's what you'll do in the alarm rules section. Arming and disarming mode. What you'll do is you'll come in here and set these sensors up based on what you want them to do. So for instance, this one has a camera that can be monitored on it as well that's already set up. The cameras have a pretty cool feature. They'll function as a motion detector as well for you. And so you'll come in here and you'll select the sensors that you want to be armed all day long. Alternatively, you'll come in and you'll set up the sensors that you want to be armed when the system is armed to the home mode. So you'll select the arming device, and then you'll come in here and you'll select each of these sensors to tell the system what you want it to do. Save that by hitting the check in the upper right-hand corner. So you select the individual devices. You'll tell it what kind of an exit or an entry delay you want to have on the account. And then you'll do the same thing for the arming the away mode. You'll select the different sensors and you'll tell it what you want it to do. You'll save that information in there. Arming and disarm, again, armed all day is a different mode from the home mode and the away mode, or the stay and the away mode rather. So again, you'll come in there to the security settings. This is in the bottom right-hand corner. It's under the My Account section. You'll come into security settings and you'll enter all of that information. If you want to get them set up on Alexa and Google Home, this is where you can come to do that as well. That'll show you how. And then once they have actually gotten the service set up, you'll come in here, and that's where you can manage the account itself for the alarm monitoring. Let me know if you have any questions.